Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You are tuned into Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on NBC News Radio, KCAA, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Amazon Music, Spotify, iTunes, Audible, and more. And I am so delighted to be here today to celebrate a big event, 500 consecutive weeks on the air. Yes, 500 weeks ago, plus about, I'd say, 4 months. I was woken up at 4:30 in the morning with the word radio. And I said, radio? And the voice said, radio. And I said, it's 4:30 in the morning. Can we talk about this later? And the voice was very insistent and said, radio. So I woke up and I sat down and I wrote for 44 minutes. Yes, you caught the significance of the 8 there. And I wrote the name of the show, which many of you enjoy. Thank you very much. Take my advice. I'm not using it. And I wrote the format for the show. I wrote the list of guests that I would like to have. And I'm very happy to tell you that I have had every single guest I put on that list, except one, the Dalai Lama. Although I did get a response from him saying, thank you so much, but I don't do radio anymore. So that was that. And I wrote the business plan and I wrote the values that I wanted for the show, the purpose and the mission, all of that in 44 minutes. And then I went to sleep. And a week later, I bumped into Tony Sweet with UBN Radio and was with him up until 2020 when I went full-time to my NBC station here. But I've been with this station since 2015. So my very first show out of the Sunset Gower Studios was May 1st, 2012. About 3 or 4 months after that original wake-up call to do radio. And what can I say? I'm so blessed to have had all that I've experienced. And I have a 8-year sizzle for you that captures between the 8th and 9 on the way to the 500 consecutive that I want to share with you. And so you can see some of the highlights of this show. Enjoy. Welcome. You are tuned into my weekly talk radio TV show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced and get happy with Dr. Marissa. And this show is about hope and happiness. So there's no gossip, no scandal. Instead, I want you to focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the time. So I have shows and topics.
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days.
Monday, Tuesday,
Happy days.
Wednesday, Thursday,
Happy days.
Friday, whatever.
Happy days.
What a day. Na, 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 na.
I love you.
I love you too.
Best known as the mom from Happy Days, and she is a delightful 89-year young Marion Ross to my studio. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Dr. Marissa, this is such a treat for me.
Oh.
My goodness, you're a wonderment.
Which is exactly the kind of guest that I like. Those who have gone through life, good and bad, and then taken those experiences to alchemize them into the person they are now and doing good on the planet. I'd like you to welcome Corey Feldman.
If you're grateful for it and you say right away, thank you, God. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. I'm so blessed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Then guess what? More good things will come to you.
Does this sound familiar at all? She's back again to mark my Cancer Awareness and Prevention Month show. Please welcome Fran Drescher. Hi, Fran.
On and supporting cancer schmance. I really appreciate it.
So what would you say are some of the biggest myths, Fran, that people have about cancer?
Well, I would say that they think that there's a cure for it.
Okay.
Instead of a cause for it.
This is the first call-in show when I get to be Dr. Marissa, the kinder, gentler Dr. Laura. And people call in to get their life tires balanced and their critical thinking or their BS, their belief systems, smog checked. And today I am delighted to have Malie calling in from Birmingham, Alabama.
We could go 90 days and end up having terrible sex. And then you say, well, the relationship's not all about sex. Well, if I'm not getting great sex from you, then I'm going to get it from somebody else, right?
That moose just got put on the table. And I see Josh and Jim.
I have to agree
You're
with Clyde.
both nodding. Ramon's sort of half nodding because his wife's listening. But
I understood what was going to happen if Muhammad Ali's youngest daughter, made public that I was going to become a boxer. So I wanted to make sure this was the path that I wanted to go down.
you are absolutely fabulous, beautiful inside and out. And I'm giving you Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award today.
Thank you.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic point.
When I go, I'm gone.
Are you lonely?
No.
Nah, I knew that was going to be
But
the
I
answer.
surround myself with people. I mean, I'm always the one cooking for things. Or I'm always the one that decorates first and come to my house. All the orphans that have no place.
I'm going to have no place to go, so I can come over.
Come on over.
And life is so amazing if we can see it.
And when we come back, if you were not able to actually see the visual of the plethora of amazing guests, along with mentioning those who I've had the blessing of talking to on the red carpet, that's what we're going to come back with in a little more detail of all the myriad of amazing people that have been on these past 500 consecutive weeks. But before we go to break, I wanted to bring you a special little happy birthday, dear Graham, my bonus dad. Happy birthday to you. And as you can see from this little interview, you'll know where I get my sense of humor from. And good evening. This is Dr. Marissa reporting live. You know me as the Asian Oprah, and I'm in a house with my bonus dad, and he just turned 92 today. So I have a question for you, Dad. What is the secret to a full and happy life?
A happy wife.
And she's in the kitchen, right?
Right.
A happy wife and a happy life. What's your wish for everybody right now on the planet?
Just a happy and prosperous life.
Beautiful. And what's the secret to making it to 92 and still active and happy?
Not dying.
Okay. I love you so much. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
He is as fabulous as he seems. Here on Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind.
Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And we're back. You're tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on NBC News Radio, CNBC, and NBC Sports. KCAA, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere, including iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, Audible, Amazon Music 500. Weeks later, I'm still stumbling over that. But you know, all the major networks, because I want to splatter more hope and happiness on you. And it's a great day today, celebrating 500 consecutive weeks on the air. After that voice told me radio. And I didn't even necessarily want to do radio. I'd been doing some TV stuff, but the voice was pretty insistent, and I'm so grateful now that I listened to it. And as I promised before the break, that I would go through all the myriad of amazing people and give you little reactions to them. I categorize them. I've had TV and film stars, human interest stories, global thought leaders, musical icons, red carpet people, health and wellness, business, relationships, and sex. So I've had tremendous categories, and I'm just going to pick a few. I was going to show some clips, but then I ran out and I couldn't decide, and I didn't want to play favorites. So I thought I would just read you. A little selection of the highlights of this thing called Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa. So obviously Dawn Wells, very near and dear to my heart, was on 5 times and became a friend. Those of you remember her. Dawn Wells is Marianne from Gilligan's Island. A lot of you said, yes, she was definitely my favorite. Nothing against Ginger, but she was definitely a favorite. And she's on the other side now with my dad, my Chinese dad, loving us from there. I've had Corey Feldman and his wife, and the big news is they're coming back before the end of the year. We're getting into the schedule now. They have some exciting things to share. Leave It to Beaver, Jerry Mathers, Kathy Garver from The Family Affair, Full House, Charlotte Rae. She's also on the other side now, but she was on when Fran Drescher from The Nanny was on the second time. Carrie Kasem, those of you who remember the Top 40 with Casey Kasem. That's his daughter. She was on talking about elder abuse. E.T. Mom and Cujo, you'll know Dee Wallace. She came on to congratulate me for my 8-year She's adorable. Plus her daughter came on. And then the entire cast, almost the entire cast of Happy Days. I've had Potsy on several times. Mrs. Cunningham, Marianne Ross, amazing woman. She's still incredible. She's over 90 now. And she actually came to my studio when she was 89 and was such a delight. And she calls me a delight. Ralph Malph has been on my show as well. Those of you who know Don Most, you'll remember him from Happy Days as well. Let's see, Hot Lips Houlihan, Loretta Swit, Dan Nitro Clark from the American Gladiators. I've gotten to interview on the red carpet people like Tippi Hedren from Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. Let's see, Oscar and Emmy winner Sterling Brown on the carpet. Heavy hitter Layla Ali, Muhammad Ali's daughter, was a guest on my show, and we're friends, and we were just texting and just love her. Bill Duke has been on, Richard Pryor Jr., and then, of course, on the red carpet, Halle Berry, John Travolta, Quincy Jones, billionaire John Paul DeJorio, NFL Ray Lewis, Chicken Soup Jack Canfield, the amazing Melissa Etheridge, Olympic gold medalist gymnast Shannon Miller, and Lori Hernandez. I've gotten to talk to Priscilla Presley, Nichelle Nichols, and Taye Diggs. There's just, let's see. And then I've got, talking about Melissa Etheridge, other musical icons, my twin sister, the world-renowned jazz artist and humanitarian Keiko Matsui. And then Love will keep us together. Remember Captain Tennille? Tony Tennille was a guest on my show. Santana's lead singer, Andy Vargas, was a guest on my show. Marilyn White, who was the wife of Maurice White from Earth, Wind, and Fire. I've had JJ French from Twisted Sister quite recently. I've interviewed Dave Koz. The Righteous Brothers serenaded me on the red carpet. I've had 98 Degrees Jeff Timmons on my show. Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith, of course, my big brother. This is the Global Thought Leader category, along with Don Miguel Ruiz, Neil Donald Walsh, Marianne Williamson, Dr. Joe Dispenza, Lisa Nichols, and Master Diversity Educator Jane Elliott. She was on Red Table Talk as well as Jimmy Fallon and was an amazing guest on my show. What a trooper. She's also getting up there, but age does not stop her at all. And then my human interest guests, dolphin activist Rick O'Berry, who called in from Taiji, Japan. If you haven't watched The Cove or Blackfish, please do. Don't go to Marineland. Don't go to SeaWorld, because we don't want to keep the slaughter alive. Okay? Please watch the interview again and then you'll understand. Let's see. Guinness World Record holder, the oldest man to climb 7 summits, Werner Berger, including Mount Everest. He was on my show. X Factor sensation Emmanuel Kelly makes me cry as a guest on my show. Life After Death Row, DNA evidence. I think he was 160th released. Nick Yaris, Rwandan genocide. Frederick, whose arms got cut off in the genocide, and he came to the studio. He signed my book with, how he has learned how to adapt without hands. And he still signed a book for me. It was amazing. Janine Roth, those of you who know Oprah's diet coach, she's her best-selling book. Well, she's got many, but Women, Food, and God. And then she came back and talked about how she lost $10 million to Bernie Madoff, because he made off with her money. And it was unbelievable, just her reaction and how she was able to help people during that show with loss. Let's see. I had an interview with Presidente Vicente Fox, behind the scenes at Secret Knox. This is one of my favorites. Well, they're all my favorite. Let me just say that. Award-winning journalist Greg O'Brien shares his insight of Alzheimer's, because he got early onset, and to have a prolific award-winning writer talk about what he's going through in a way that we can understand it, you got to watch that show. This is turning into a commercial, I think, for those episodes that you don't remember, or maybe you did watch them and it's been a while. Please go refresh yourself. Beating cancer without chemotherapy using a vegan diet with Chris Wark. That was super interesting. Brad Yates, my resident tapper, he's amazing and a friend as well. I've had business leaders that I've gotten to interview, from Priceline co-founder Jeff Hoffman to founder of Ugg Boots, Brian Smith, Frank Shankwitz, Make-A-Wish Foundation founder, who's now on the other side. But it's a great interview, along with the red carpet interview with him and his beautiful wife, Kitty. Ron Klein, the grandfather of possibilities, also have become very good friends with his wife, Arlene. You all know him because if you use a credit card, he's the one that designed that strip on the credit card. Let's see, Jerry Maguire, who was the real Jerry Maguire, is Lee Steinberg. Got to interview him. Stedman Graham, Ty Lopez, Tom Bilyeu, Og Mandino, greatest salesman in the world. And then finally, the category of relationships and sex experts. Those of you remember, I did a special series for a long time called Sexual Healing with Dr. Marissa, because I was determined to make pleasure a G-rated and a G-spot rated topic. So if you haven't gone through that playlist, all of these, by the way, are available on my free subscribe YouTube channel. So make sure you go and watch it. Dr. Pat Allen, all of y'all's favorite. She was on my show for Valentine's for years. Let's see. We've talked about condom research. We've talked about 8 different kinds of orgasms with Davey Ward. Is it possible to heal from cheating with Todd Krieger? So just plenty of amazing topics and guests. And that's just a little soundbite snippet, just reflecting. I was going to pick out my favorite and play a clip, and I just can't pick favorites. There's just too many. 500 consecutive weeks is a long time, but it's 88% as much fun as it's always been. And I'm delighted and I'm grateful. And I want to thank all of you for your continued support as I splatter more hope and happiness all over you. And it is the International Day of Giving today, #Giving Tuesday. So when we come back, I have Rachel Hutchison. She's the VP of Corporate Citizenship and Philanthropy at Blackbaud, which is the world's leading cloud software company powering social good. And when we come back, I'd like to show you my Happy 88 meal, which is my Giving Tuesday destination for you. So don't go away. We'll be right back on Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind.
Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome back. This is Dr. Marissa with Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on NBC News Radio, KCAA, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. And today is Giving Tuesday. It's recognized each year on the day after Black Friday and Cyber Monday with the goal of bringing attention to the importance of giving during the holiday season. Our next guest is here to explain why Giving Tuesday is more important than ever this year and how giving on this one day and year-round can truly make an impact. Joining us is Rachel Hutchison, Vice President of Corporate Citizenship and Philanthropy for Blackbaud. Blackbaud is the world's leading cloud software company powering social good, serving nonprofits, schools, healthcare institutions, and more. Welcome to my studio, Rachel Hutchison.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. So let's start with, what is Giving Tuesday?
So Giving Tuesday is a global giving holiday, a movement that's celebrated on the Tuesday following Thanksgiving, as you mentioned, following Black Friday and Cyber Monday. We have this wonderful day that helps us kick off the holiday giving season. And it's focused on generosity of all forms, encouraging people to give, whether it's money, time, or the power of their voice.
Fantastic. I like days like that. I'm all about human kindness. Emphasis on
me
kind. Too. Great. So your company, Blackbaud, and I'm always applauding women-owned business, so kudos to you. How is Blackbaud connected to Giving Tuesday?
So Blackbaud is a founding partner of Giving Tuesday. The movement was started about 10 years ago, and when I found out about it, I called up the founder and said, hey, we're in. We need to do whatever we can do to help amplify this movement. And I did that because Blackbaud is about giving and generosity every day. We're a technology provider. We work with social good organizations, and we help them do what we call powering an ecosystem of good. So Giving Tuesday is important, but giving is important every day for Blackbaud.
That's fantastic. I didn't read that part. I didn't realize you were one of the founding partners. So thank you for that. The impact, why does it matter for, as you say, everyone?
So Giving Tuesday is especially important this year. It's important every year. But here we are, and still in the middle of a global pandemic. And that's really drawn attention to how much need there is in the world. There was already need, but now there's more.
Right.
And there are lots of people out there who need help, who are homeless or need food, or there are diseases we need to conquer. There are all sorts of things that we still have to tackle as, citizens in this world. And Giving Tuesday is a day where lots of causes lift up their messages, and we each as people get to decide what we want to support. And although that can happen every single day, Giving Tuesday is a day when everyone is rallying around that kind of action. And it just brings some really positive momentum into what we call the end-of-year giving season. And end-of-year is super important because so much money is raised at the end of the year. About 36% of it every year happens between in the last 3 months of the year, and 20% of it in December. So this is a key moment to fund really important causes.
And I'm guessing, too, the good news is there's some tax implications to help the company as well.
Sure. So if you're in the United States, if an individual makes a donor, you get a tax deduction. That's sometimes can be a motivator to give. That's not why we do what we do. We do what we do at Blackbaud. We believe that social good is important, that together we can make a world of good. That it makes you a happier, better person, all of those things.
Yeah, absolutely. What can listeners do to take part in Giving Tuesday?
So the easiest thing your listeners can do is just pay attention to the organizations they already care about or already support. They're probably already getting emails in their inboxes or on their smartphones today saying it's Giving Tuesday, think about supporting us. And that could be, making a donation. It could be serving. It could be helping to amplify a message or a policy position that they care about, just engaging really as a citizen. So they always have choice. And if your listeners are with a nonprofit organization, There are lots of tips in a toolkit that we have on our website that they can use to make the most of the day.
Well, that's wonderful, because I'm realizing that you are kind of the architecture to help with the giving. And for that, I'm giving you Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award, because you're not really promoting yourself. You're actually doing something to support those who are in need and receiving. So that's awesome.
That
now,
is such
where
a
can we go?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The architecture, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So where can we go for more information?
So if you want to learn more about Giving Tuesday, you can go to givingtuesday.blackbaud.com, and Blackbaud is spelled BLACKBAUD. Lots of information in toolkits there to help, as you said, to help organizations and people create their own campaigns, because we are what you said. We stand there behind the causes, helping them do whatever they can do to generate money to help deliver on their missions. It's a really wonderful thing to be able to do every day.
Yeah, you're definitely one of those who love their work and love what their work does. So that's great. That's great. It's been an honor meeting you.
It's been lovely talking with you.
Wonderful. Is there anything else that you wanted to add?
I would just say Giving Tuesday is important because it's really for everyone, and even if you haven't ever done anything before, just go out and do something, even if it's just a social media post or a small donation or just helping someone. If you give, you feel really wonderful and more engaged in the world, and so I think everybody should do it.
Absolutely. I liken it to breathing. You know, you can want stuff, but if you don't exhale and give, you're going to lose your breath. So thank you so much for coming to the studio, Rachel Hutchison from Blackbaud, and do not forget, get your phones ready for Giving Tuesday, as we all are in this together. Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you so much.
And it is great meeting people who are behind the scenes allowing for Giving Tuesday to happen. And since I do have a nonprofit myself, in case you have not designated your giving, I'm going to make my pitch and let you know what you can get for giving. I'm running a Happy 88 meal. The value of all these items is $88. And you'll get it for $28. And I thought I would share them in particular with you because it's my 500 consecutive week show. And I thought, what would I like to do? And I want to share things that are outside of this show, but are very important and close to my heart. And I hope you enjoy. Welcome to Balanced Tai Chi Gong. My name is Dr. Marissa Pei. We will be slow dancing with the universe in a moving meditation that promotes inner peace, one breath at a time. As a corporate psychologist, I created this practice in response to my life and those of my clients. We were professional, high-achievement-oriented, multitasking control freaks and exhausted. No matter how many successes, it was never enough. That, coupled with a painful life experience, led me on a quest to find another way to live and back to my Chinese roots. If you practice regularly, you will be in a place of balance and inner peace, the way we were created. 谢谢. So the Happy 88 meal does include my download of Balanced Tai Chi Gong, a moving meditation that promotes inner peace, one breath at a time. You just saw that preview. And in addition to the Balanced Tai Chi Gong DVD, Also included is the 21-day fast from complaining with Dr. Marissa. Those of you who know, I've been operating this Good Life Habit Racket online since July 1st, 2011, even before this show, and it encourages you to stop complaining. So to make it fun, you invest $21 and you don't complain for 21 days. If you do complain, you start over at day one, and the $21 goes to my nonprofit and donates it there. However, if you do manage it, and 5 people have managed to do 21 consecutive days without complaining, honor system, but I do check up. And when you do that, I double your money and give you $42. So that is also included in the Happy 88 meal. And now I'm going to actually read my children's book to you so that you can get an idea of what the feelings are and entice you to get that Value Happy 88 meal for Giving Tuesday. Enjoy. Introducing Dr. Marissa's children's book called Mommy, What Are Feelings? Written by Dr. Marissa and illustrated by her 2 beautiful inside and out daughters, Chloe May and Sarah Way, when they were 5 and 7 years young. Why this book? I was raised that it was not okay to feel, and for many decades I had no idea how to start. This book is dedicated to very young children whose parents want them to discover the joys and sorrows of feelings for the first time in a safe, nurturing, and expressive environment. For what is life without the vibrant color, beautiful sound, tantalizing touch, and delicious taste of feelings? Mommy, what are feelings? Feelings are colors you see with your eyes. Feelings are sounds you hear with your ears. Feelings are pictures you sense with your fingers. And feelings are tastes that on your tongue lingers. Mommy, what is happy? Happy looks like a bright yellow sun. Happy sounds like a giggle having fun. Happy feels like mom's hug when she comes home. And happy tastes like a big, yummy ice cream cone. What do you see, hear, taste, and touch when you're happy? You can draw it right here. Mommy, what is mad? Mad looks like an angry red tomato. Mad sounds like a very loud no. Mad feels like a burning hot stove. And mad tastes like a spicy chili. Oh! What do you draw when you feel mad? Mommy, what is scared? Scared looks like a shiny silver toaster. Scared sounds like the roar of a monster. Scared feels like a ride on a roller coaster. And scared tastes like the strange bird in the roaster. What would you like to draw that feels like scared? Mommy, what is sad? Sad looks like a droopy blue clown. Sad sounds like a baby's first frown. Sad feels like a tear running down your face. And sad tastes like a vegetable paste. How would you draw sad? Mommy, what is shy? Shy looks like a tiny green sprout. Shy sounds like the squeak of a mouse. Shy feels like a child's turtle's nose. And shy tastes like a bowl of wobbly jello. Wobble, wobble, wobble.
how would you draw shy? Mommy, what is excited? Excited looks like a bright orange swing. Excited sounds like a doorbell starting to ring. Excited feels like a new toy you pick. And excited tastes like your favorite popsicle stick. When you're excited, what would you draw? Mommy, what is love? Love looks like a pretty pink flower. Love sounds like I love you every hour. Love feels like your soft hand in mine. And love tastes like a bowl of strawberries so fine. Do you feel love? How would you draw your love? The end. If you would like to contact Dr. Marissa and get your copy of this book, just go to drmarissa.life and order a copy today. Grateful that this book has been recognized by the autistic community and anyone who wants to talk about feelings in a beautiful, safe, creative, and expressive way. This is Dr. Marissa reporting live, broadcasting with my children's book, Mommy, What Are Feelings? Peace in and peace out. That's world peace through inner peace.
And not only do you get that children's book, which, by the way, has been recognized by autism communities for helping kids talk and identify their feelings. And right now, after what we just went through with the pandemic, it's a great time to get your kids to talk safely about feelings, especially if you're a parent that was told not to feel at home. And that's why I wrote and had my daughters illustrate this book. And a little bit of music, because that's what rounds out my Happy 88 meal. So enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Dr. Marissa, because of course she can play the piano.
All the shadows hanging in the canyons of my mind. It seems so endless waiting for what will be tomorrow. It seems like nothing happens as I watch the midnight skies. It seems so endless waiting for what will be tomorrow. It seems like nothing happens as I watch the midnight skies. Oh, what of tomorrow? Will it be like yesterday? Come cannot see the sunrise, cloudy skies of midnight.
So I am inviting you for Giving Tuesday to support my nonprofit, 8 Ways to Happiness, that helps kids, teens, and young adults who have temporarily forgotten their birthright to happiness. And that is a large part of my Happy 88 mission, which is 88 million more happy people in the next 8 years. Thank you so much for giving to my nonprofit, 8 Ways to Happiness, on PayPal. You can go to drmarissa.life, and there's a button there on the 501c page. Okay? And that's it for my 500 consecutive week celebration on the air. Thank you for partying with me here in the morning. And I am just so grateful. I got a little emotional before I started the show because it truly is a blessing. I can't believe the people that I've gotten to meet and interview and talk to, and never in my wildest dreams, well, obviously in some wild dream, like the voice came. And I don't plan to end anytime soon, so maybe we'll celebrate again at 600 consecutive weeks. Actually, the next celebration, I believe, is 9 years on the air, and that's May 1st, 2022. So maybe we'll have a party at the studio. All right. I am Dr. Marissa, reporting live from my living room, reminding you that it's all about balance, peace in, peace out, world peace through inner peace. Oh, and thank you to all who have made my show possible, all the back in the foreground and all the people who've helped, and my staff interpreters that have helped with my special series, Radio for Our Deaf Community. It's just, there's so many people who have helped me, and I am truly, truly grateful. Xie.
Marissa Pay, 8 years. 8 years of exuding hope, inspiration, great advice that you wanted to circulate, and basically bringing people together that they can begin to see that there's something extraordinary about them. 8 is a powerful number, as you know, from the Chinese domain, but you also know it from numerology. It's the number of manifestation. So you've manifested really, really good. And I'm just saying congratulations for all the beings that you have touched. And I'm so glad to have walked the path with you. This is your big brother, Michael B. Beckwith from Agape International Spiritual Center, saying congratulations to Marissa Pay. Peace and dynamic and radical blessings.
And remember, have the best day ever. See you tomorrow.